How's it going, fellow gamers? ChaosEclipse here. We are back on World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King. There's just a couple things I wanted to point out real quick. This is going to be a quick video. I didn't plan on making a video until I was level 45. We're at 43 right now. About a fourth of the way through it, as you guys can see down there at the bottom. So first things first, you don't have to do this as a druid, but I want to at least point it out because it might be something that'll help if you guys are having trouble staying alive as a druid. You have every ability that's going to keep you alive. I mean, that's going to be said for any class, but especially with a druid, I mean, you can heal yourself, you can give yourself mana, you can do all those kinds of things. So if you are fighting something, let's just cast this real quick. So if you're fighting something, is he really just going to stay over there? Sorry, that's my phone. So we're going to go over here, like if we are in a melee right here. So if you're fighting something, let's say we're in cat form. So we're fighting him in cat form, you know, our health starts dropping, stuff like that. You have to come out of cat form to cast your heals. I put them in the bar above it because if you're in cat form or even in bear form and you cast the heal, it's automatically going to pop you out and start casting that. Plus, it'll help when you have this skill kick in, which is the one that basically lets you cast your, like a next nature spell, so to speak, for free. That nature spell, well, it makes it an instant cast, it doesn't make it cast for free. But, say we're almost dead and that thing kicks off, which that's not it, that's 1 minute clarity. But say it kicks off and it lets us, you know, go ahead and cast one for free or whatever. Then instead of needing to hit this and then cast your heal, because it only lasts 6 seconds. While you're in cat form, if you just go ahead and hit it, you know, that's literally 1 second versus trying to make sure you're hitting the right button over here and then the right button down there. So just something to point out, you know, you guys might want to add those up into your upper bar there. I still have them here because every once in a while I will be in this form and, well, our night elf form, and you know, you'll still want to cast just wherever. Now obviously I can still cast from here even in this form, but I don't know, I just kind of left it there and I put them in the same spot, that way I know exactly where they're at. But if we take a look at our inventory here, I have a crap ton of trash right now. A lot of this stuff I had in the auction house, it just didn't sell. But there's, I want to say 2, maybe 3 main things in here that I wanted to talk about in my inventory. So the first thing is this item here, which is called the Arena Master. It says it begins a quest, which I already clicked on it. I already started the quest. It says you've completed that quest. That is the quest over in Stranglethorn Vale. If you look at this place here, it's called the Gurabashi Arena. It is an arena that's pretty big, just has a big open ground floor that you can go into. If you go inside of that arena, it makes the entire thing PvP. So that's a neutral zone. It's already a PvP zone. So you're probably like, what the hell am I talking about? What it means is if you go in there, even with another Alliance person, and they're your faction, it is still open world PvP. So Alliance can attack Alliance in there, Horde can attack Horde in there. The reason for that is because whoever the last person is in there, I think it does it every 3 hours, which I might be wrong about that. But I think it does it every 3 hours. In that arena, there is a chest that appears. When that chest appears, if you grab that item, or if you grab the chest, you have a chance of getting this item out of there. I think this is always in there, but there's also other valuable items in there. And I think it's pretty valuable up until like level 60. Right now, I think we have a quest to get like 11 of these, I think, total. And then after that, I think you can get 20 of them, and then you can get 30 of them, and so on and so forth. The higher in the quest thing that you're in, the better items you'll be getting as well from the quest. The other thing here is this item here and this item here. So they are both part of what's going on right now. There is a an event going on in World of Warcraft right now, which when this video comes out, I don't know if it's still going to be going on, but it's going to be called the Lunar Festival. As far as I remember, the only thing that's in the Lunar Festival has to do with Moonglade. So while the Lunar Festival is going on, I think it's right past this place here, so it's like down in this area. There is like a whole bunch of like things. What are they called? Like firework things that you can shoot off. If you go down there and you start shooting off all the fireworks, an actual world boss will come out, and you do need at least a 10-man at level 60, I want to say. Maybe even more than that, depending on you know, how well the level 60s are doing. But I do think you need a level 60s, at least a 10-man. Could be 5-man. I honestly don't remember, but at my level we can't do it. I can probably go over there and get a hit off, but I don't even know if I'll hit them. It'll probably just be miss, miss, miss. And if we can't get at least one hit off, then it's not going to matter because we're not going to get credit for it. So that's why I haven't went over there. But these coins, though, these coin of ancestries, you can use them for certain things. I don't remember exactly where. That also might be in Moonblade as well. But I don't think you really get anything valuable out of that. And then you have this item here, which is a filled festival mug. So around the major cities, you'll see like tables with kegs around them. And on the tables there's empty mugs. You can click on one of those mugs, it'll give you this here. Well, it'll give you an empty one, and then you click on the keg while you have the empty mug and it'll give you this. It says drink me, I'm delicious. It says duration 1 day. So what it does is when you click on it, he'll drink it and it says you feel light as a feather. So now when you're jumping off of stuff while you have this active, you'll basically be floating like I am now. So, and you can actually even do that mounted. So if we mount up real quick and you jump off something, you'll still kind of be floating down. So, you know, it not saying it's like worth anything, but you know, it's fun to mess with. The other thing, the whole reason we are in this area here is because all these shellfish that I have. Shellfish for Alliance, as far as I remember, they don't do anything for you, but it is valuable to Horde. Now you're like, well, if I'm Alliance, why am I going to be doing this? Well, first of all, if there's any Horde people watching, you guys may want to, you know, jump on this. But for Alliance, we can actually sell it in the Booty Bay area. I think the Horde needs like 5 per piece. But basically they get money for it and they get rep for it. So we come in this place right here. We are in Desolus right now. We're down at the bottom left, right under their Shadow Prey Village, which Horde, if you're watching, this is your place here. I think y'all do have a flight path up in there. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure you do. Because if you look up here, which I think I scrolled over him at the beginning of the video, if you look up here, there is a guard over here. Yeah. They are question marks for me, so I'm assuming they're like 60, 65, probably somewhere around there. But you guys do have a whole village over here for the Horde. But right under your village here, in this water, it's literally in this area here. I wouldn't go like any further out than the cove here. That is the dock. I think there's maybe one out here. But you're going to be looking for these here. They're called shellfish traps. While you're here, you have a couple different things that you could end up getting. So you could end up getting shellfish. You could end up getting like small white items like this that aren't worth crap. But one of the important items that I want to point out is, I already have one, this item here. It is the big iron fishing pole. So as you can see, it's a two-handed fishing pole. It, you know, as a weapon, it does 19.0 DPS, and it also gives a fishing skill increase by 20. As far as I know, I could be wrong about this. I don't think I am, but as far as I know, it is the best fishing pole in the game. So it's actually worth a lot of money, and a lot of people don't come and farm this as a druid. It's easy for us just because we do have our water form, our aquatic form here. For other people, it's not as hard either. You do have a chance of having one of these guys come out. If he was been facing me, he would have tried attacking me. But if you're like a hunter or warrior or any other class other than druid, you can still do this. There are fishers down here, breathing fishers, I think is what they're called. I'm not sure. Let's see, we were just by one right there. There's one there. So it's a bubbly fisher. So those do give you oxygen back, but for druids, obviously, when there's one like this and there's no fisher around here, it is a little bit easier for us to do it, especially in our aquatic form, and then we can also swim away immediately. But literally, you will just come down here, you'll look for these cages, you'll open them up as you kind of, you know, gracefully glide over them in your form. And then you have a chance of getting the fishing pole, which the fishing pole is a, I want to say it's not a rare spawn, but it is pretty rare. It's not really a spawn. It's more like, you know, whether you get lucky or not as far as actually getting the item. I have gotten, let me see, I have one on me. So I've gotten 3, I think. I looked in the auction house the last time, which we're going to go and check out the auction house about this because I have one put back in there. See, and as a druid, I can just swim away from this guy. He'll follow us for a bit. He may even stun us, but we're just not going to mess with him. He'll give up here in a second. We're going to check out the auction house. We're going to see how much they're worth right now. I did sell one, and I don't want to tell you guys how much it sold for. I probably could even sold it for higher than what I did sell it for, but we're still going to check that out. Yeah, see, and this is what I was talking about. So, like, as a druid, it's not that big of a deal for us, but for other classes, it might be. So, I didn't even attack them. All I did was cast the natural grasp here. It just made it when they hit me, they have the chance of getting the roots on them or whatever. And then it lets me swim far enough away so that I don't have to worry about them. You will get a lot of gray items like this, which is why you're getting a whole bunch of crap items here. But back to the shellfish real quick. These shellfish. So the horde can turn them in for, I think, reputation and a little bit of gold, or not gold, a little bit of silver. I don't remember how much I get. I think it used to be 55 silver, but I looked it up because I wasn't sure. And it's kind of mixed reviews right now as how much they're still getting for it. So we're at least gonna try to put it in the auction house for I don't know, like 30 silver. But keep in mind they can turn in 5 at a time. So our stacks of 20, we're gonna have to break those down into 5s, and we do need a neutral auction house to put them in. So from what I remember, I want to say there's 3 different places where you can do neutral auction houses. One is in the place you guys have already seen, which I think you guys seen it. It's Booty Bay. We can go there. There's goblins everywhere. We can do a neutral auction house there. I believe there's one in Tenaris, which you guys have not seen it yet. I haven't even been there through this in this game playthrough, or in this playthrough. And I'm sorry that my phone keeps going off. What else? The other one is, I think it's Gadget Stand. I honestly don't even remember where that is at on the map. Maybe that's the one that's in Tenaris, because Tenaris is the whole, like, area, like the whole map area, and then Gadget Stand might be the town that's in Tenaris. But like I said, I honestly don't remember. So as you guys can see, all these cages that I'm opening, this is the full amount as a druid that I usually do. But this is every cage down in this area as well. So if you guys are looking for, you know, like a route to run, this is the route that I take. There's none down over there off the side or anything. And then the last one is over here where we're going to go right now. It's in this area. And the dock for the horde that we were talking about is right up over there. Actually, you can see it on the map. So there's the dock, and there's the last one right there. So, and that's what I was talking about, how they stun us a little bit, but I mean, at this level, we don't really have to worry about it. If you're trying to do this at a lower level, you're going to have a harder time. I would say mid-30s is probably the lowest you could do this at, somewhere around 35 without, you know, almost dying or whatever, because you can still kind of just swim away from them and not really worry about it. Anything lower than that, you're going to be needing to probably fight some of them off and maybe heal every now and then, things like that. But it all depends on how you guys are doing it. But believe me, this is not worth it for the shellfish. The shellfish is just a bonus. You don't have to post a shellfish. You can probably just sell those to a vendor if you want. I don't think we can cook them as alliance or anything like that. I don't think there's any recipes for it. Our main focus for this area is trying to get that that big iron fishing pole. Like I said, it is the best fishing pole in the game. And on every server I've ever been on, it has always been worth money. Not always the same amount, obviously, but it usually sells for a decent chunk. And after looking at it on this server is why I wanted to point it out, because what I seen it worth was a ridiculous amount. I basically cut that in half and still got a good chunk out of it. So I definitely wanted to point that out. And my phone, stop it. My phone somehow thinks I'm trying to talk to it. it started saying big chunk. So let me turn that off. Sorry about that, guys. So right now our where we're leveling is actually down here in Fairless. We started picking up quests over in this area. I originally was going to level here in Desolus. I started getting a whole bunch of quests and everything, did a couple quests in this area, literally just a couple of quests, and then I realized how low they were, which they are very low. So at the moment they're like level 30 to 35, and because we were 40 when I started this area, it wasn't really worth it. I mean, yeah, you'll still get XP from it like I talked about in the last video. So if you want to do it, you can, and I mean, obviously you can still get skinning and everything done here because you can kill these guys. I think even the buzzards, well, dread rippers as they're called, do offer. We don't need that. I think even the dread rippers, you can skin them as well, and then there's scorpions you can skin. There's also a lot of what's it called? Mining that you can do in that area. But this here is Fairless. This is where we're currently at the moment we're leveling. This is the area where you'll start at over here. You'll come running down from Desolus up here, and you'll have to get to here. Now keep in mind this entire area over here, I want to say, is anywhere from 43 to 49. And you will pass 49s and 48s coming through here, so be very careful. But once you get to this part here, you can literally just cut straight down. You'll see a road. There's a boat that goes from here. It'll come around this way and it'll stop here, and then it'll just do it again. But it does stop here and here. That is a broken dock, but it does pass it. You don't have to get off there, but this is the area where you want to come anyway, because then you'll find this place. The flight path is right here for this. There's also another flight path in this area, which is way over here, right on the edge of Thousand Needles. So it's like basically up in this area. Thousand Needles is a neutral area. But it's like high 20s, so I want to say like 28, something like that. And then you come in here and it's in the 40s. So be careful if you're a lower level and you're going through Thousand Needles and you run into this place. But you'll pick up, I want to say, about 5 quests here, and they start in this area with like some of the creatures and stuff there. It's like wolves and naga that are on this island. I want to say they start at like 42, but they do start going up higher and higher. We'll probably stay in this area for a while, do all the quests that we can, and then we also have an instance here, a dungeon, which is Dire Maul. That is, I think, at least a 20-man. In Desolus, there's one here as well. I don't know why it doesn't show it here. I think it's this cave here. Somewhere in this area, there is a place called Maradon. It is also a dungeon area. But if we come in here, we take a look at this. So first of all, if we look here at these things called Elder Starweave, Elder River Song, things like that, that's how we're getting these. Basically, when you're running around and stuff, you will see like someone standing still, kind of like this person here. I mean, it won't be this person because this is obviously an enchanting trainer down at the bottom right. But they'll be standing just like that under a thing or just out in the open. But either way, they'll be standing still. They'll have a beam of light coming down over them. If you talk to that person, they'll give you an envelope, and then the envelope, when you open it, you'll get you have a chance of getting coins. You have a chance of getting like some of the firecrackers to pop some of the fireworks and stuff. But then you'll also get a red letter in the mail. When you open up the red letter, it'll give you extra coins, and then it will give you letters like this, just saying a small token, give no answers, blah blah blah, things like that. So we can delete those. But as you can see, this is where I sold the big iron fishing pole. It was auction successful, big iron fishing pole. So let's take a look and see how much we got from it. Look at that, guys, 95 gold for one fishing pole, and I still have another one here. So this one is ours. I replaced our fishing pole, but this is the one we're going to resell as well. They're also not bind on pickup, which is a good thing. So like, even if you use it and you decide, hey, I'm done with fishing, I'm not really worried about it, I don't care about it, you can sell yours too. So we're going to take our 95 gold. That puts us over 1,000. We're actually going to delete these because I don't like having extra junk in our inbox there. So get rid of those, and then we are going to fly up to Darnassus. There's nothing else really here that we're going to use. A lot of the stuff I'm probably just going to sell to a vendor, because some of the stuff like the gear here, it's decent, but it's not selling, and I've been putting it in the auction house pretty cheap. But look at that, even this one, it sells for 2 gold to a vendor even. So I mean, I'll still get something out of it. It'll still raise our price a bit there, but I'm not too concerned about it. But on our way up to Darnassus right now, I'm probably going to skip all of this. As you can see, my quests right now are like 45, 43, 46, 48. So this area we're going to stay in for a while. Hopefully I can get at least to maybe 50 in this area, because I've been going a little bit slower with the leveling and everything. I am actually taking my time and killing stuff along the way in between quests, which is what you should be doing anyway, so that you're getting gear. That's one of my biggest downfalls at the moment, is my lack of gear. Like, look at that, my chest piece is still level 27 and I'm 43, so I should have way more health than this at this level. I should be able to do a lot more damage. Even my weapon is only level 31, and it's mainly because I'm just doing quests. Quests give you items, which I think the last thing I got from a quest was this. It doesn't show you its level, but it is pretty decent, at least for the hands. Mainly the stuff that you should be getting comes from killing mobs. Like, if you kill mobs, you're gonna be getting a lot more higher level items than just getting them from the quests. So that's why we are lacking gear right now. If we ended up, you know, in a PvP fight or anything like that, we would not be doing so hot. Oh, why are you guys here? What area is this? Oh, I know what area this is. Where am I at though? That's here? So I didn't realize that. That is one of the world bosses right there. Oh, he just popped in. I didn't see his name. But yeah, that was one of the world bosses there. Remember how I told you guys in Darkshire? Why am I doing that? It's Asheville. No, it's on the other continent. What am I thinking? It's over here. Syrian Gorge, Dunmurrow. It's not up there, it's down here. Duskwood. So this is Duskwood, the Twilight Grove there. It looks like that same portal that we guys just seen. There was also a dragon at that spot. Those are world bosses. You need a 40-man level 60 raid to take them down, or maybe a level 10 80 group running through, or maybe even a 5 level 80 group, because one of the things that a lot of you guys don't realize if you haven't played this game before, the jump from your health, your attack power, everything from 60 to 80 is massive. When they first introduced the game, I think they went from 60 to 70, and it was a you know, a difference. So you could tell the difference there. It was decent. But when they went to 80, they completely increased it, just because of the bosses and stuff that they introduced and everything, and the whole new content and everything. So definitely a big jump there. But I will see you guys once I get up there, because it is going to take me a while. We're not even halfway yet. So basically we're going from Feathermoon Stronghold all the way up to here. We'll land here like we always do. I'll go through the portal, and then I will see you guys when I get to the auction house. Alright guys, so we are about to land right now. I just wanted to point something out, because I realized that when we land over here, you're actually going to be able to see the table with the mugs that I was talking about, and the kegs that I was talking about, for you to be able to get this from the Lunar Festival, or at least for the Lunar Festival. So we'll at least check that out, and then I'll show you guys the vendor where you can start, at least in Darnassus. There is obviously other vendors in Ironforge, or not vendors, NPCs. There's other ones in Ironforge and Stormwind as well, but I have not been there yet. So this is the table I was talking about. These are little mugs here. It says Festive Mug. If you click on it, it'll do that, and you'll get an empty Festive Mug. So if we take a look at our last thing here, you'll have this one here. It says fill me at a festival keg, which is one of these. So you don't have to click on the mug or anything. You just click on one of these, and it'll automatically turn that into one of the other ones. So there you go. Now you have filled Festive Mug. So now technically we have 2 of them. We obviously only need 1 anyway, which is weird that it let me pick up 2, because it does say unique on it. But yeah, so that is how you get that mug. Let's go ahead and get up in here to Darnassus, and I will show you guys the auction house. But before I do that, I also want to show you guys the vendor, or not vendor, the NPC. I don't know why I keep saying vendor. I'll show you guys the NPC where you can start the Lunar Festival here in Darnassus. So we're going to come over to the Cenarian Enclave over here where your Druid Trainer is. And you'll see up over here, that is the guy right there that I was talking about. You'll be looking for people like this that have a light over them. When you talk to them, they will give you hints to where other people are. So you can find Elder Sky Gleam, and it looks like he is over in Ashara at the Ravencrest Monument, which I went there and I could not find that. Ashara is a little bit too high of a level still. Hammer Shout, that's the one in Stormwind. Bronzebeard, that is the one in Ironforge. And then this one I think we found, Blade Leaf. Yeah, so that is in Dalinar, atop of Tedrasil. Actually, maybe we didn't find that one. Dalinar, that's literally, that is literally over here. I didn't know there was different ones here in this area. But yeah, and then you can come here. And these are the little firework launchers that I was talking about. So you have the cluster launcher and then you have the firework launcher. This is a Lunar Festival Harbinger. She'll give you some quests as well. So right now I have one where I have to, where's it at? I have to launch 8 fireworks and I have to launch 2 from the cluster. So you do get different types of fireworks, which I have a couple. I can show you them. The only ones I have though are clusters, so I can probably finish the cluster part of that quest. But I don't have any of the single fireworks, so that's why I haven't really messed with it or anything. So let's come over here to the bank real quick, and I'll show you the fireworks. Still nothing on the PvP yet, guys. They do this every weekend, as far as having the boosted things. So these are what the clusters look like, lucky rocket clusters. It says throw into a cluster launcher. So basically I think you would click on this, which of course is not let me do it. Okay, so I thought you click on that and then you click on the launcher, but just clicking on it tells you requires cluster launcher. So you just need to be near one of the clusters over there, like we were, and then we'll just go ahead and throw that back in there because I don't want to hold on to it for now. Is there anything else I want to throw in there at the moment? Probably these. No, not those. I don't have any other ones. Okay. I was thinking I might have had some cooking ones that I can't learn yet. We can actually throw this in there because I can't use that for a while. Let's get over to the auction house. Oh, that's actually what I want to throw in here. We're going to put those coins in there for now just because I don't want to lose those.
Farewell.
Not that you can lose them, but I don't want to like accidentally throw them out of my inventory when I'm trying to clean out my inventory, because a lot of this stuff, like I said, is just going to be sold to a vendor now. That is a Horde player. As you can see, they're a skull, and when you scroll over them down in the bottom right, it says that they're an undead priest and that they are question marks. So they're probably at least, I want to say question marks are 10 levels higher than us. What they're probably doing here, though, is they're probably doing the Lunar Festival stuff, because obviously they came by themselves. They weren't attacking anyone. They're just running through. As long as you don't attack them, because our area is green here, up in the top right. So as long as you don't attack them, they can't attack you in our areas. We may end up doing the same thing, trying to see if we can get through. Actually, we probably won't, because we're level 43. There's no way we're going to make it into like Orgrimmar and stuff like that, not at that level. So if we come in here, do I have any other auctions? I don't. They're already finished. Okay, so look at this, guys. The big iron fishing pole. We're going to hold shift, left click, it automatically fills in there. We're going to search it. Look at that. So this guy's selling his for 100. The last time I looked in here, the previous guy, the only other one that I've seen trying to sell this was trying to sell it for 200. So I ended up doing what this guy did. I put mine at 95 and 100, and it sold. So the auction house took about 5 gold from me for doing that sell, but it was still worth it. We got 95 out of it. I'm not going to undercut this guy because farming these things is super annoying, but I am going to put mine in for the exact same price that he has. So 95 gold, no silver, no copper. 100 gold, no silver, no copper. So click on this, put it here. So 95, 0, 0, and then 100. And we don't have to put the zeros in, they'll automatically register as zeros. We're going to leave ours in there for 24 hours like I always do. Now, if you switch that to 48 hours, obviously it'll stay in there longer, but it does increase the deposit. That's why I want to do it for 24. Plus, if you put it in there for the 48 hours, it just gives people more time to undercut you. I know a lot of people that will actually go down to 12 hours, which will still decrease the deposit. But if you don't have it in there for 24 hours, the less people are going to see this if they're actually looking for it. So, you know, say that 13th hour rolls around and that's when they're looking for it, your auction is already back in your mailbox. Keep in mind, you know, that's the same thing for here. If, you know, someone's off for a day and then they look the next day, you know, it's going to be the same thing there. But I think the 24 hours right in the middle, I think it's perfect. Obviously, you know, do what you guys want. I'm just giving you guys tips on it. So if we take a look at our auction here, we have 95, 100. We take a look at his auction, it's the same. If we refresh this, it should show both of ours now. Yeah. And so his will be first just because it is time left. It's going to be, he only has 2 hours. Between 2 and 12 hours. So that's what long is. And then ours is greater than 12 hours because it's more than, you know, or we put it in for the 24 hours. So it's the exact same. His will show up first just because there's not that much time left, which is fine. Like I said, I put 2 in there before, 1 sold, 1 didn't. But I think I think just having the 1 in there just for us is still going to sell. It is a level 25 item, but it's worth it for people to buy. So we're definitely going to leave it in there. We're going to see what happens with it. The other thing that I wanted to throw back in here, we're going to look at a couple things here. So we're going to look at our heavy leather, which is selling for 5 gold right now. We can match that. We'll do 4 even and 5 even. So 4 even 5, whoops, not 50, 5, and then I'm only doing stacks of 20 because if I don't have a stack of 20, it's kind of pointless. A lot of people just won't buy like partial stacks unless you're way undercutting anyone. So this is 10 and 10. We're actually going to undercut that just because the thick leather is not hard to get. So we're going to do 9 even and 9.99. We're not undercutting them by a lot, but we are still undercutting them. So now ours will appear first in the stack of 20. There it is. So I feel bad for that because we're literally like lowballing this guy. Not lowballing him, we're doing the whole Price is Right thing where, you know, it's like, oh, I pick $1 and then the next person's like $2, so that $1 is no more valid. Which, you know, a lot of you guys watching this are probably young and you have no idea what Price is Right is, so don't worry about that. What is this? Yeah, I don't care about that. Those we're just gonna sell. I've tried selling these quite a bit. I didn't pay much for them. I just got them off of vendors. This hippogriff egg, we have to take that to Tanaris. It's an item that I found. I didn't know what to do with it. I had to look it up, but it supposedly gives you quite a bit of XP when you turn it in, depending on the quality of the egg. It won't tell you what quality is until you turn it in, so we're going to hang on to it and see what happens with it. Rugged leather is actually hard to get. I'm not going to sell just one, but I am curious of what rugged leather is at right now. Look at that. None in the auction house. So rugged leather is probably going to be something that we're going to actually hang on to until we get a full stack, but it looks like it might be end up might be worth a lot. I probably said that wrong. We can make a full stack of mage weave, but we're not going to sell the mage weave because that is what our first aid is currently at. So we can actually learn those, or not learn them, but craft them. Spider silk, doesn't matter what kind of spider silk. Usually it sells for a decent amount. These ones are at 14 silver. That is not decent. You know what? We're not going to do that one. I was going to put it in there anyway, but we're not. Shadow silk. Let's see what this one's worth. 65 silver. It sells for 10. I'll just sell it to a vendor. I'm not worried about it. Green whelp scales. Those are usually worth something. So for 2 gold, we can do the same thing. We'll do 2 even though. So we're going to do 1 there, 2 there. What else? What else? I think that's it. Everything else we're just gonna sell. Oh, you know what? These ones I recently bought off a vendor, so we're actually gonna try these. These shoulders right here are actually pretty important. They are level 49, and they are for like healers and stuff that are druids, just because they're leather. So we're actually gonna see how much this is worth. Look at that. And I found this on a vendor for, I want to say, 1 gold and like 17 silver. So I don't think that'll sell for that. That is actually the same person that that did the fishing pole, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they're gonna sell for that. We're gonna put ours in for, we'll do 20 here and we'll do 30 here. That is a huge undercut, so ours will probably sell. But if it doesn't, that means that it's not even worth what I'm putting it in. But I think he's way overpricing it. So especially with there not being that many levels that are going to be needing this right now, because like I said, it's level 49. There's not too many level 49s in the game that they're absolutely going to be looking for that. Cooking, that's keeping. We're keeping those three. Those three are the ones that I should have put in the bank. And then everything else we are either going to put in our bank, like the silk, the leather, until we get full stacks, we'll put those in the bank. Any of the ore that we have, we'll put those in the bank. The shellfish, we will go back to Booty Bay. We will throw them in the auction house there, just because those are going to be for the horde. These I might end up selling to a vendor too. I honestly don't remember what they're used for. I think they're for a quest, but they have not been selling, like not even at a decent price or anything. You know what, the shellfish, can I even sell these at a vendor? I don't even know if they'll sell to a vendor. I want to see what they're worth at a vendor. So we're going to come right over here. We're going to talk with this vendor real quick. Let's see here. Will they sell to a vendor? They won't. Yeah, so the merchant won't even take them. So we'll try them at least once in the Booty Bay vendor. If the Booty Bay vendor doesn't take them, we're just going to get rid of them and throw them out. So we're going to sell these here. I don't really care about them. I know where there's plenty if I do need more. I'm going to sell these, sell that, that. We'll hold on to the thick hide for now, I guess. Strangle kelp, we probably could have put that in the auction house, but I think I've done it 2 or 3 times and they still haven't sold. That. Any of these, are they good or not? Alright, we're gonna sell all those. I thought I put the, no I didn't, because it was 65. Someone's popping the fireworks over at the guy right now. We'll move those up there. These can go over here. So close that bag. Close that bag. I tried selling these, they didn't sell, so we're going to get rid of those here. That actually might sell, but at the same time, I just got a cooking recipe that I'm going to try using that for, because I want to know if it works in cat form. I just want to see what it looks like. So this dragon breath chili here, we need 1 small flame sack, 1 mystery meat, and what it does is it occasionally belches flame at enemies struck in melee for the next 10 minutes. I want to see if that works in cat and bear form, because that would look pretty cool. I'm not really worried about the damage it does or anything, if it even does damage, but I think it would look pretty cool. So we're actually going to try to craft at least 1 or 2 of those. We can go ahead and get rid of stone. Hold on to that. We'll hold on to those. Get rid of that. Fish oil, we can sell that. We can sell the heavy stone and the ore we're keeping. So that's going to be it for now. We can go ahead and move this down here because it's going to be a while before we get rid of that. And then we can go to our first aid. We can craft all of these up. So we're at 229 of 300, and because it's yellow, it should give us 1 at least every 1 or every 2. And it actually skipped 1 there. Skip 2 there. So yeah, now it's going to do it for every 1 for a second, and then it'll go back to skipping again. Yeah, I don't know why they changed that. It used to be if you're yellow, it does it every single 1. If you're green, it does it like every 3 to 5. And if you were at like the orangish color, then it'll do it every single 1 as well. But the orange one is kind of overkill. If you have a yellow one, you want to do the yellow before you do the orange one. Okay, so we went from 229 up to 238. We may as well craft these 2 just because it's still green. We might not even get a point out of it, but we can at least try since we have them. Nothing there. Okay.
I am honored.
And then I don't use bandages, so we're actually going to sell them back to the vendor. Bandages, get rid of those. And then, like I said, the rest of the stuff we're actually going to throw in the auction house. Or not the auction house, we're going to throw in our bank.
May the stars.
And then that'll be it. These ones we'll take down to Blue Bay. These I will throw in the bank as well, just because we can't open them. I think, like I said before, rogues can, and I think blacksmithing people can make keys for them now. I don't know when that became a thing, but I'm pretty sure it is a thing. And that may have always been a thing, I just don't know. So these are, I ended up buying another spot just because we had the thing for it. We could technically buy another one. It would only cost us 10 to unlock this one. Then we could put another bag here. But we have all these for our bank as well. So we're going to throw both of those in there. We're going to throw, you know what, we're actually going to take out all the ore that we have in here so that we can craft that up. I want to see what that black pearl sells for. I recently got that and I have not put it in the auction house yet. You know what, we can leave the black pearl in there for now. No, we'll go ahead and take it. What I was going to do is I was at least going to search it and see what it would sell for, but obviously, what's going on with my phone? Obviously, if I'm going to check it in the auction house and it's worth anything, I can throw it in there, and if it's not, then I can just sell it to a vendor. So we will throw these in here just because we can't learn them yet. I have been keeping jewel crafting ones that I'm coming across of. I don't know if I mentioned that the last time, just because I do plan on going to jewel crafting. We'll keep the rugged leather. The ore we'll leave over there. We'll keep that. This I want to hold on to because I don't know when we're going to come across mystery meat. So as you can see, it's full here, so it started going into this bag here. But it looks like that's going to be it. We will go up here. There's a little forge over here. Even though there's no mining in this, in Darnassus, there is a forge here. So you can actually come to this forge here. We can click on the smelt button that we have over here on the right. And we don't have any copper on us. We'll do the iron first. So these, even though they're not green even, you still want to smelt them because we're going to end up selling the bars in the auction house. You can put the ores in the auction house, but if someone other than a mining person is trying to buy them and they need the bars, they can't smelt them, so it's going to be really annoying for them. So you want to make them into bars and then put them in the auction house. Really? It's not going to give us one level even though it's green? That's crappy. So mithril is the highest that we can smelt right now. I have been coming across thorium veins with the area that we're in now over in Perilous. Not many of them, but you know, there's a few there. Mithril, when you're mining it, will still give you levels, but it looks like smelting is not giving us levels. See, and look at that. This guy right here is looking for a jewel crafter to make this. This is a gem that you can make that basically when you slot it, it will give you 21 defense rating and plus 5% shield block. And that's why I like jewel crafting, because you'll be able to slot your own items later on. You will get items like, say, these boots. And like you see in the box here that pops up, you see where it says like durability and requires level 31. I think right above those, but under where it already says plus 10 agility, plus 4 stamina, I think in between there it'll show like different slots, and it'll tell you, hey, this is a slot for this type of gem, this is a slot for this type of gem, things like that. Or it'll say like you can put any gem in here, you know, stuff like that. It will, when you slot those, so like if I was to get one of these diamonds here and I turned it into this eternal earth siege diamond, that's what it would add on to what's already in the item. And I said that really weird, but I know it makes sense to you guys. So we're gonna check the black pearl. Yeah, that's not bad. We'll do 2 even for it. So 1 there, 2 there, and then get rid of this aquamarine as well. No aquamarine, that's interesting. We'll try 7 gold. I think that's a bit high, but we're gonna do it. So we're gonna do 5 there, 7 there. And then we have 1 stack, 1 full stack of mithril. So we'll check the mithril real quick. 1 stack of mithril. Lowest one is at 64. That's really high for mithril, like really high. And even the one for 9 is half of that. Wow. We're gonna put ours in. I'm not going to crash the economy, but we're gonna put ours in for at least 50. You know what? I'll do 50 and I'll do 55. So put them in there, and it's gonna cost us 24 silver. So we're gonna do 50 there, 55 there. So I'm basically undercutting him by like 9. And like I said, you don't want to go too low because you don't want to crash the market. Obviously, there's a lot in there for that higher price, so it's definitely worth it. But having it in there that much lower means it's going to sell that much faster. And we don't need the gold at the moment. I'm sure level 80s do, because like I said, if you're wearing level 80 armor and you're repairing your stuff, they're probably paying upwards of like hundreds of gold just to repair their armor, depending on like how damaged it is. So we don't have full stacks of this stuff yet, so I'm actually going to put it back in here. So the 5 mithril, that'll go in with the 9. The 4 gold is going to go with the 14, so that'll make 19. And this here, that's silver. Iron, I guess we don't have any iron at the moment. So we're going to do this, put that there. Yeah, that's fine. This does absolutely nothing. It's honestly just for looks. So we'll take one. I'll show you guys what it does. And as you can see, it says summon a ring of light on a specific location that lasts for 3 minutes. It literally does nothing, guys. It does exactly what it says. So if we put it right over, really, it won't let me do it over the thing. We'll do it to one of the vendors over here. We'll do it right on this guy. So we put it there. It just makes it look the way it did, the way those guys over there looked. But it literally does nothing for you. It just marks a location. I think it's just for people to play with and stuff. I don't know. These are quest items. We're gonna just kind of shift those over, and that's it, guys. I think in the next video I am going to show you guys a little bit of combat, just like the rotation I do and stuff, as far as like playing the game, I guess. Because right now you guys have not really seen combat. Usually I'm in like a major town doing things. You guys haven't actually seen me attacking anything. There's nothing to it, honestly. It just depends on how you're playing. Like right now, even with our crappy gear and everything, and me being level 43, it's just a basic rotation of how you think it should play out versus the type of damage you're taking versus the type of damage you're outputting. Is the boat here? The boat's not here. I can actually show you guys like one thing of combat real quick. It's not going to be anything fancy. It never is. The more exciting stuff is going to be like when you're in a raid and you have to like manage several things, but just one-on-one combat, if it's not PvP, it's nothing exciting. So here's a wolf, level 41. We're level 43. The way I would do it, well, I just ruined that. The way I would do it is if they're a lower level than me, I want to try to do a stealth attack first, just because the stealth attack is going to be... Oh wow, I did not realize that person would come out and start attacking it. So if I do a stealth attack first, it's actually going to output a lot more damage from the beginning. But if I do like a regular attack... Oh, and I can't skin it because I killed it. But if I do like a regular attack, I mean, you'll still be attacking or whatever. It just depends on how it is and like the type of creature going up against. So with this, it's not like they don't have ranged or anything. They have to melee you, and they're also lower levels. That means you can sneak up on them. So I would go invisible first, then I would end up doing this here, which is your Ravage. That's the one that causes 385% damage plus 239 to the target over like a certain period of time, whatever. But it also awards a combo point. So after the Ravage, then I would start doing the one, which is a Rake, which I have the ability we talked about the last time. Where's my quest? There we go. Oh, look, and I have 2 unspent points. So this one. So your rake ability prevents targets from fleeing. So if I'm fighting this and I'm worried about, you know, it's like a humanoid and I'm worried about it pulling like a whole bunch of other humanoids, I'll want to do rake as much as possible. But no matter what, I use rake a lot anyway. So that's why I actually got that glyph. So we'll come up behind it. We'll start with the 4 and then we'll go to the 1. And then if it's still alive and it gets full combo points, look at that, 740 right off the bat. So now you want to start doing these and you'll have to watch your energy up here. But these are the combo points that I was talking about, which is dying pretty quick. So at that point you can either do your rip or you can do your ferocious bites and finish it off, but I didn't even get to do one because it died pretty quick. So then you loot it and then you skin it. Now if you're fighting something, let's go a little further down the beach. I think the Nagas are more around my level. Nagas are like these weird fish people things that are in the game. You guys will see them up here. Yeah, they're right around these rooms. So some of these are casters and some of them are melee. Usually with the Naga, the females are casters. Not always, but usually the females are casters and the males are melee. So if I'm fighting a melee one here, let's get his attention. And if he's doing a lot of damage to me and I'm in this form here and I'm attacking, doing everything, but I'm still losing a lot of health, that is my clear casting, so that just means the next attack I do isn't take any energy. So I can hit 1, it'll get rid of that. As you can see, I'm still out of 100 energy. And you'll start getting combo points based on how much damage you're doing. So if I fill this up all the way and then I do the rip, it'll do whatever the rip is based off of the combo points that you had. So like if I waited until it got to 5, it'll do 572 damage over time. See, and he's actually running. If I hit 1 while he's running and I hit him, he'll turn around because you guys didn't see it. So if let's pull him. So if I do the 1, you can see up here my rake with that ability, it says that he's unable to flee. So if I literally just keep hitting 1, he'll eventually, try to run, but he won't be able to. And this is what I was talking about. We're almost dying, so I'm going to throw up heals. So I'm going to cast this one. And then this one immediately after, go back to my cat and keep going. So now you can get my whip. He's probably going to try to run, but I did another claw, so that's going to prevent him from even trying to run. And that's how you do it. Now with them being my same level, I could probably sneak up behind them. He wasn't my same level, he was 1 level lower. But if they were my same level, you could probably sneak up behind him, but even then, usually around your same level or higher, they can see you before you get the attack off. So if you're trying to do something like that, you can at least give it an attempt. But if you know it's not going to work, or there's a lot of people around him and you want him to come away from those, I will pull with this, which is our Fairy Fire. That's the one that will decrease their armor, and it just helps you out because now he has decreased armor by 5% and he can't stealth or turn invisible. So you just keep doing your combos. We have all 5. We're going to do the rip. Now he's also has a bleed damage on him that's going to kick in every 2 seconds, and you can see his health dropping. While that's doing that, if he has tons of health, you can keep doing these again, and then you can do a ferocious bite, which will basically do the same thing as the rip, except this one is an instant thing of the of how much damage you have, how much damage you output based on the combo points that are put on him. So that's the cat form. Bear form is a lot different. Even in bear form, we don't have as many moves as we do in cat form. As you can see, we're missing 3 things still. Like, I don't think this bar ever fills up completely. But cat form, we have a full thing here, which I may actually move some of these out because I think we're actually going to get 1 more that I want to put down in there. I can't remember. I think there's a charge one that you end up getting with cat form. I don't remember. I thought that came out in Burning Crusade, but I mean, either way, I think it was before Cataclysm. Maybe it came out with Cataclysm, so we might not see it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not worried about that. We didn't get any new moves since last time. We did upgrade some stuff going from, I think you guys seen me at 41, 40 the last time. So at 42, we learned a couple new things, but it was nothing that you guys haven't already seen, which is why I'm not worried about it. All the stuff you guys have seen in here is already stuff that we learned. It was just higher ranks of it. So with these new points here, we have 2 new points, which I forgot about. We're actually going to put them in here. So, no, that's not the one I want to put it in. Don't get me wrong, that one is really good, and it definitely helps because every time it casts that predatory strike, that's when I told you 6 seconds, and then you can cast a heal, and it'll be basically an instant thing there. The one I want to use, don't care about it. I think it's this one. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. What's this one? Increase your expertise by 5. Okay, we'll eventually put into that one, but it's going to be this one. So, gives you a 50% chance to gain an additional 5 rage anytime you get critically striked. I don't know why critically strike. Oh, every time you get a critical strike. I thought it was every time a critical strike was on you, but still. Anyway, every time you get a critical strike in bear or dire bear form, and your critical strikes from cat form. So obviously we're in cat, we do have high crit. Every time you get a crit, the from the abilities, it basically adds an additional combo point, and that is a 50-50 chance every time that you get a crit. We literally have 2 points, so we're gonna put both points into this. So now every time we get a crit, it's automatically gonna put a new, or not new, but it's automatically gonna put an extra combo point into that attack for us. So if we're attacking this guy, I'm not gonna cast this. I would, but I'm not going to because we're going too fast. So if we get a crit, you'll see 2 points pop up here. I'm not seeing any at all.
Enough energy.
That's fine. I'll show you guys the ferocious bite. So it's going to do between 459 to 484, but it also might crit. So it did 402, which was not what that thing said because that says 459. It's probably because we have really low weapons and stuff right now. Let's see if we can get a crit real quick while I have you guys here. Come here. No crit, no crit, no crit.
Don't have enough energy.
No crit. That was probably a crit, but we were already maxed out.
Energy.
It's telling me I don't have enough energy because I'm spamming the one on him. Go ahead and spin him. There we go. That was a crit, so we got 2 points there. So from 2 attacks, we basically have 3 points left. And if we crit again, it would automatically go to 5. So it just helps you kill the enemy faster. It's not something you guys have to do, but it definitely helps. And we actually almost died. But we are all good. What is that? Oh, it's his tail. I thought something was glimmering there. I was like, I can't pick up anything. I don't have herbalism. Because there's nothing, there's like no mining or anything in this area, so that's why I was like, what was that? But yeah, that's going to be it for now, guys. I'm going to stay in this area. We're going to keep doing some leveling and everything. Hopefully by the time I get back to you guys, I will be somewhere around level 50, because I do anticipate me leveling a decent chunk in this area. And today does start my weekend, so it is going to be grand as far as how much time I'm going to put into this game, because I have nothing to do, no one to bother me, nothing's going on, don't have to worry about work or anything. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Don't forget to hit the like button. Hopefully you guys at least got something out of this one. If you guys are not subscribed, please consider doing so. It definitely helps out the channel. You guys don't have to, but it definitely helps out the channel. Lets me know you guys are at least enjoying it. And then if you guys are curious, every time I'm posting videos, obviously I do these videos a little further out, so when this one comes out, the Lunar Festival is hopefully still going on, because this is the first time it's been going on for me since I've been recording. But by the time this video comes out, like I'm basically like quite a bit of days ahead. And I'm trying to stay like that just because it's easier for me to schedule videos in advance. That way, if I have like a day where I'm sick, or if I have like an accident, or I can't do a video that day, I already have videos prepped for you guys to watch. So it also keeps me ahead, because people have already seen the server that we're on. which I don't even know how to find the server that we're on. Wait, is it in here? Guild, raid, pals, bunks, no. I honestly don't know how to find the server that we're on. I don't remember. I mean, I know it tells you at the beginning of the game, but I don't know if it tells you in the game somewhere. Anyway, I think it's called Earth Fury. But because you guys already know that anyway, like, because it's been in previous videos, if I have someone who wants to try to be a troll and they are basically trying to be like, oh, I'm going to go in his game and kill him, hopefully he'll be recording and I can be in his video. Don't get me wrong, if you guys can find me, I'll put you in the video. Like, hey man, I got killed by this guy. But keep in mind that's also from recording, because you guys have seen me jump from, you know, level like 25 all the way to 30, and you guys didn't see a video of me in between there. So if I'm recording and someone kills me, I will put it in the video. I have no issues with that. You know, I mean, it'll make me look bad, but like I said before, I'm not a pro at the game or anything. I just enjoy playing it, and I like PvP. Doesn't mean I'm good at it. Especially right now with the gear that I have. I mean, we talked about the gear that I have. It's all crap right now. Like, everything's still in the 30s. I don't think I have anything. That's probably the highest level gear I have right there. 39 for the shoulders. I don't think I have... Oh, there we go. A 40. I was going to say, I don't think I have anything in the 40s, but yeah, that's probably the only one. And then this one would technically be in the 40s because I did just loot it off of a level 40 quest. So I would think that one's probably also in the 40s. That one's not bad, but I bought it in an auction house. I don't know what level it is. Which it doesn't really do much for me. I mean, as far as the crit strike and the hit rating, that's probably the best thing, but I would prefer stuff with like this that has agility, strength, or stamina on it. And then, you know, I do have a couple things like this where I put reinforced armor on it and stuff. But yeah, so like if someone finds me, I mean, more than likely I'm gonna get wrecked unless they're under geared as well. But yeah, if you guys can find me and everything, that's awesome. You know, keep doing you, whatever. But to my point, I do it in advance so that if someone is seeing these videos and they're like, oh, he's in, you know, he's around the Feathermoon Stronghold right now, I know exactly where he's at. He's down in Fairless. It's a contested area, so we can go down there, we can kill him, you know, maybe we'll be in a video. The thing with how far advanced these videos I'm doing versus when they're posting, I will probably not be in this area by the time you guys see this video. At least that's my anticipation. But don't get me wrong, in the higher levels, it's going to be really hard for me to stay that far ahead because level 60 to 61 might take like an entire week just to get out of that level, just because of the difference in the XP and stuff like that. So, and I'm not saying it's going to be exactly 60 to 61, but I'm saying in the higher levels in general, it might take longer for me to go from one level to one other level. So I'll probably stay in an area a lot longer than I normally would. But like I said, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to let you know when I'm posting. And then I already let you guys know, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. But thanks again, and I will see you guys in the next video.